Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Hannacorn, and in today's video we're going to be doing a very exciting figure unboxing. So guys, recently I was actually able to find one of my Grail figures. So happy to find one. I know I found one pretty recently, so I was super lucky to get another one off of my Grail list, like so close to one another. Sometimes Grails obviously take like sometimes years and years and years apart to get them, so to get these so close, I'm very grateful. So guys, actually in this box here I have my very first B-style figure from Freeing. As you all probably know, B-style figures are known for being like insanely expensive. Bunny figures are some of like the most expensive figures that there are. Obviously they're 1/4 scale, so they are a bit bigger, but still they're pretty simple and they are very, very, very expensive. I've looked at some of the new pre-orders that are coming out and yeah, very expensive. On that note, there are very few bunnies that I've actually liked. I'm not into bunny figures, I'm really not. There's a few obviously that I'm okay with or that I really love. Obviously this one was a Grail of mine, so I did love this one. With that said guys, I got the figure in here off of Yahoo Japan auctions using BuyeeJp. So guys, I did get this figure broken, so which is why it's kind of already open a little. I just want to make sure it didn't break more. You know, I've got anxiety about stuff like that. So without further ado, let's get on to the box here so you guys can see what figure I picked up here. So just opening it up here. And right off the top here guys, you can see exactly what I'm talking about. Yes guys, I managed to pick up B-style RE0 Starting Life in Another World Rem Bare Leg Bunny 1/4 scale figure by Freeing. So she is a bare leg bunny. I know mostly with bunnies the aftermarket really spikes with the ones with the tights, but again, I'm not huge into bunny figures, so I really don't care if they've got tights or not. I really liked these ones because the Rem and Rem are kneeling, they're doing like an interesting pose, and like they can have like pieces where they can hold hands. I'll insert photos. It's the cutest thing ever. That's why I wanted to get them. Obviously I got Rem here. I do plan on picking up Rem at some point. I'm probably not going to get as good of a deal as I got in Rem here, but that's okay. As long as I got a good deal in one, I'm not too bummed. With that said guys, I've been searching and searching and searching for these figures for like a decent price for quite a while. They retailed for 25,250 yen. I do believe Ami had them in stock for a little while for 18,975 yen, which was still like around the over 200 mark at the time between the yen and CAD conversion. So that was still like out of my, you know, what I wanted to pay anyways. And then since then I've been checking pre-owned. I did find a Rem bare leg for like 130 one time. She was in C condition, I think. And I went to go click the order thing, it glitched and someone else had already gotten her. And I have not found one since. I've been searching for months and months and months, at which point her aftermarket's probably gone up a little since then, obviously. So I was kind of bummed about that. I've also seen the versions with the tights going on there, and their aftermarket is around 39,980 yen. So that's like definitely out of my price range, obviously. I'm not willing to pay that for like tights. I mean, if you do, like, good on you. Teach their own, but that's, again, I'm not huge on bunnies, so like that's not money I'd be willing to pay for it. With that said guys, she was listed on Yahoo Japan auctions as junk. She's broken. I guess I gotta be careful with what I say because of YouTube. But let's just say that she pulled a bit of a mommy from Madoka. Her head and her body are not on the same page, if you know what I mean. So I did get her for a decent price. When the auction started, she was 9,027 yen. Obviously, I knew it was going to go up quite a bit from that. So I started watching, I think, 2 days before the auction was supposed to end. And I kept watching. And last day, like, you know, within the last hour, I was checking everything. And she was still going for pretty low, but I knew, like, the last few minutes, like, it spikes. And they had automatic extension on, so I went to go put my bid in at the last minute, and then of course that extended the auction, and then it was like a bidding war back and forth for quite a while. I almost got her for like $120. I was so close, but then someone else did put in the last bid, and then I bid again, and I did end up winning. I won her for 14,500 yen, which is around 142.97 Canadian, which obviously is a really good price. Yes, she is busted, but at the same time, obviously they have the pictures of the breaks, so where she broke, there's the cuff on her outfit that I think will cover it up, so with some super glue, like, she'll look fine. You won't even be able to tell, I don't think. She doesn't have any, like, scuffs or anything. It's just, like, that one area that got busted. So I'm really happy with it. I know I probably could have gotten her cheaper if I waited and search on me forever, but you know, seeing her for that price, and like, I don't mind buying broken figures. I have a ton of broken figures that I managed to super glue. As long as they're like feasible fixes, I don't have a problem with it, and I did score like one of my grails for a good price. Super happy, and again, I kind of really wanted to get on it because I do want to get the Rem and the Ram because they're holding hands. From ReZero, Rem is best girl for me. I love Rem, but I also like Ram, and I love the figures where they're like together and holding hands, and I love how they pose together for so many of their figures. I know a lot of people like Rem and hate Ram, but I'm not one of those people. I like them both, so I do plan on getting the Ram when I can. With that said, guys, let's pull her out here. So here is the box. I'll obviously do some close-ups after. After seeing like people buy stuff from Ami for these B-style figures, I was expecting shipping to be like really expensive. It wasn't, especially from Buy. Buy shipping can be like stupid expensive or really cheap. It really depends. It fluctuates. But this time, shipping was only like $70-something, which is not bad at all. So I really think I scored a good deal on this one. Last I checked, she was still in stock on Crunchyroll, but I feel like their bunny figures go for like insane prices on there. I think she was $289.99 US dollars. I don't even want to know how much that would be in Canadian conversion. I'll put it up here, but like, man, that is like way over. Even with the payment installments using Sezzle, way over what I'd be willing to pay for this. So again, super glad that I got her for a decent price on auction. With that said, I'm going to be taking her out here, showing you like the damage, and then obviously I'll be back tomorrow to show you her all fixed up for all the close-ups and everything. Because I will have to glue her, and it's going to take like a day for everything to dry. I want to make sure it dries good. I do not want her pulling another mommy. So with that said, let's open her up and show you her, and then show you her all fixed up. Alright guys, so just going to carefully bring her over here. I'm going to open up the box here, and then try and slide her out. So first thing here is the little instruction pamphlet about the little fake ears that they put in, and how to attach the real ears. I've watched a few people unbox other bunnies, so I know how that works. I know it's confusing for most people. First get bunnies, so I am glad that I know that advance. The inside of the box isn't boring. It does have this like checkered print and this like chandelier situation going on inside. So here you can see the situation with her brokenness. So I'm just going to open her up here, and then we'll get to fixing her. So I'm just going to carefully remove the blister pack there, which I'm thankful they put bubble wrap all up in here. So firstly, I'm going to remove her body. This is my first 1/4 scale figure, so I'm not used to holding something so massive. Like, wow, this is pretty heavy. But it's super well done. She looks so pretty. Wow. I mean, I love her already. Can't wait to actually, fix her. So in there you can see where she had broken, but it'll be fine. There is like this high collar situation going on, which I think will help me quite a bit here. Next up, we have her head, which has this purple thing on this side, and then the other ribbon did snap off, which again, I'll just kind of glue that back, and then no problem. Her face looks gorgeous. I love the fading of like the matte blue to like the more clearer stuff at the bottom. It's super pretty. Oh, I can't wait to like have her put back together. She'll be so pretty. I'm so excited to have her. Albeit in pieces right now. Then we just have the ears and the extra set of hands. If you have the ram, then they can hold hands. So just going to take that out there. Here you can see them. Super cute. I need to get the ram so that they can hold hands. And then the actual bunny ears, so we can take out those fake ones. Which I think is a really smart idea for shipping, obviously. Since they do have breaks, obviously. It's nice that they put these little ones in here so you don't get your nice bunny ears all broken. Alright guys, so first up I'm going to super glue the ribbon back on her head. So there is a notch there and a notch here still on the back of this. So it should be fairly easy just to pop it back in once I have the glue on. So I'll just do that 1 second here. Alright, so I put some super glue in there. I'm just going to press this in here and I'm going to hold it for a few seconds just to kind of make sure that it hardens up. So I think that's good, and we'll just leave obviously that to sit overnight. But next part is going to be the hard part, which is reattaching her head to her body. So guys, the good news is that her head does fit in here the way that it should. It looks good. It's just going to be hard gluing it. Obviously it's going to be a bit top heavy here, so I am going to have to tape it down. Alright, so she is glued in there, but I am just going to apply some tape just to make sure it kind of stays there. This part may not be necessary, but I'd rather be safe than sorry, especially with this kind of figure. Obviously they're worth a lot. I love her, she's a girl, and I don't want to mess her up. So I'm just going to tape her here. With a very light tape, I would not recommend using a heavy duty tape, or you're going to ruin the paint on your figure, but this is normally how I've done it in the past, just with your regular kind of scotch tape. And I'm just going to leave her like this for the next 24 hours, and we will see you guys tomorrow when hopefully her head is on tight. Alright guys, so it has been 24 hours. I'm just going to remove all of the tape from on here. Her head should be securely glued on now. Just like so. Alright, so now that you can see her here, her head got glued on nicely. with that said, we're just gonna remove the fake little shipping ears here and put on her actual bunny ears. So just gonna slide this in here firmly, trying not to put much pressure on the neck so I'm holding her head, because again, that is a sensitive point. And there we have her with her ears in, and now we're gonna move on to some close-ups. So guys, as you can see here, Rem has her head forward right now. I'm thinking that the reason why her neck snapped in the first place is that you can move her head. Here in the picture on the box, you can see her head is sideways. That position is best for when she's holding hands with Ram. Obviously, I just have her facing forward right now. But I'm pretty sure they probably tried to move her head sideways with a little too much force and snapped. You know, snapped her. So I wasn't sure whether her head would move properly or not because of that. But I will say gently, like, her head does move. But as you guys can see here, I did manage to move her head there. You just have to be like super careful. Obviously I have to be extra careful because of that break. I do not need her breaking again. But I'm glad that I'm able to move it still. Same with her hands. I'm going to have to move this one in to be more like the product photos, of course. This is why I want these figures. It is so cute when they hold hands. Alright guys, so now that I've done all the close-ups there, I'll give you some final thoughts on this REM. I absolutely love her. I'm so happy to have her in my collection. All of the details on this figure are absolutely wonderful. I mean, I guess that's the good thing about having a quarter scale. There's so much more room to work with and get in those tight little details. She's obviously massive in comparison to like my other figures. A good example of this would be my Iroha. I believe she's a 1/7 scale figure, and as far as my figures go, like her proportions and everything, like her size and her legs and everything, she is like a larger figure. But like her thighs versus like Rem's thighs, like oh my goodness. Huge difference, huge difference. Rem's definitely like the biggest proportionally figure in my collection so far. I absolutely love her. They did a fantastic job on basically everything. Her eyes, her hair sculpt, all of the details on her outfit. I love how they kept the high neck and the armband situation from her regular outfit. As you can see here on this tapestry, though bare-legged, her skin isn't flat. I love the shading they did in the creases. Her skin looks absolutely beautiful. The shoes are super cute. The bunny tail and the bow and the ruffles at the back. Again, the shading and the details on her back is absolutely stunning. I'm again just so happy I was able to get this Grail of mine for such a good price. Looking at her now, you can't even tell that she was busted, and I can still move her head, as you saw in those shots. I had some of her head sideways as well as forward like this. I was kind of nervous about that, but her head does move. I just have to be careful. So yeah, like she looks absolutely perfect. Getting her for the price I did, like money well spent. Super happy with her. Let me know what you guys think down below. Alright guys, so that is everything for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I know I most certainly did. Super glad to have picked up yet another Grail figure of mine. I think she turned out great. The repairs obviously went well. Super glad to have her in my collection now. I don't plan on picking up many more bunnies, though I was shocked with the quality and how good she looks. I may be picking up a couple more, but I don't want a lot. Some people have a ton and I just can't. One, I can't afford that. Two, I'm just not interested in that. I'd rather have ones with like really cool bases, and obviously freeing bases are like super boring. So not really my thing, but I am super happy to have this Rem, and I look forward to getting the matching Rams so that they can hold hands in the future. With that said, if you guys enjoyed this video, please give it a like, comment down below, subscribe to the channel. It would mean a lot to me. If you want to see more of me and see pictures of my lovely Rem in my collection, please consider checking out my Instagram and my TikTok, both linked down below. Thank you so much, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.